People who can speak multiple languages. What language do you think in? French when I speak French. English when I speak English. Sometimes English when I speak French. I'm French though. That's weird. Sometimes it's faster to just think in English rather than French it seems. I mean, the numbers alone. Why? I'd much rather think and say 4, 20, 10, 9 than just 99. So much easier in French. Wait, what? In French 99 is quart of neuf, 4, 20, 10, 9, as in 4 20s and 19 basically. OHH. Thanks for the information. I was so confused. Sure. Do note though, that 99 is specifically the most complicated one and most are at least a little simpler. I'm fluent in English, Vietnamese is my mother tongue, speak a little French. I mainly think in English, since I moved to US, but my dreams come in Vietnamese still. I'm glad I'm not alone in the dream thing. My native language is English, I think in English, but I dream in Spanish most of the time. Yeah, it's strange. Do people in your dream speak Spanish in RL? I guess my brain can't really make my Vietnamese friends speak English in my dream. Actually, they do. I never really thought about it. Interesting point. It's interesting to see so many people with English as their second or third language and they only think in English. Interesting stuff. I think that's just due to the world we live in right now. For me, I think either in the language I'm currently engaged in. For example, reading the comments on here, I don't jump back to German as I'm writing this, or in a sort of in-between state. Sometimes it's less language, and more like a series of pictures that form a coherent situation in my mind without any words in the mix. Sometimes I find myself with the question of what language did I just think that in, and being unable to answer. After the fact you can put it into words, of course. I'm fluent in both Spanish and English, but I only think in English lol. Is it your original language or is Spanish? Spanish is my first language, but I don't really think in it much at all. Really? Interesting. It really is. I always think in English though I rarely ever use it in my daily conversations. My brain, fuck your mother language, let's go with English. Does it switch around, or is it mostly just English? Not switch, not mostly. It's entirely English. It switches between Danish and English. Edit, rip my inbox. Does it mix like every other words or complete thoughts then the next is a different language? To answer your question, I find myself thinking in one's language or the other arbitrarily, but not interchanging them during a thought. I'm Anglo and my French is fading, but when I'm super pissed I swear in Canadian French, if only in my head. I forced myself to think in Dutch when I was learning it. It's a good way to speed up learning a language. French Canadian swear words are the best and most effective emo. Tabarnak de Calais.